Hello grade 10, we're going to do a second exercise now, and it's this exercise. We're going to write code to do the following. The user must enter two numbers in an input box, and we'll make it we don't have to check if it's right, but we're going to, we don't have to validate the amounts, but we have to have two real numbers, num1 or num2, colon real. Say r num1 equals string to float input box, enter number 1. Okay, the first string is enter number 1, second string is empty, empty. Or we can put number 1 in here, the word 1. And then the second one, second number, or num2, take note I copied and pasted. Second number that we're going to enter, fine. Then they say we must compare and see which one is the lowest and display it in EDT lowest. A global variable called r lowest is supplied. So what we're going to do is say if r num1 is less than r num2, then r lowest colon equals r num1, else r lowest colon equals r num2. So that's, if we have only two numbers to compare, then it's easy like that. Okay. Check that the quoted value is greater than 0. If the value is 0 or less, then informative message. Okay, so we have to check over here. An informative message must be put into the thing. If r num1 is less than or is equal to 0. Wait, if they check that it's greater than 0. If r num2 is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, or r num2 is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to show a message. Please enter only positive, enter numbers greater than 0. Exit. So if either one is greater than 0, we have to redo everything. Or we could put that message after each input box, which would be better. Like such, like that, and then of course it will carry, the procedure will close. So that's a better way to do it. Okay, get the idea. Now what are we going to do? We're going to display the lowest in the edit box named EDT lowest. So EDT lowest dot text. Yes, we can go and put stuff into our edit box if we want. It's this one over here, EDT lowest colon equals float to string r lowest. and that's good enough like that. Okay, so if we run the program, get quotes. If I put naught in one, then it's going to say please enter number of greater than naught, so I've got to go click again. Okay, and then 78. Okay, the lowest is 53. Right, so now we're going to do the next thing. 2.2 submit button, which is this button here. Person's going to put inside there item needed and the quantity and submit. Well, the total cost of the product, has to be calculated based on the lowest quoted price, considering different discount allocated. Okay, program the buttons to calculate the cost of purchase as follows. Retrieve input values, item name and quantity. Fine. In submit button, we're going to have S name and I quantity. So S name is going to be equal to EDT item dot text, and I quantity is going to be equal to the spin edit called SED quantity dot value. Now we know that the lowest price is in R lowest, and we're going to multiply R lowest by the quantity. So let's do that. We're going to say R price, which is a real number. I say R price colon equals R lowest times by I quantity. And then what are we going to do with that lowest price? I mean the total. Total cost. And what are we going to do with the total cost? Well, I know there's a whole lot of things that we can do here. But what we're going to do is put that R total and we are going to put that as a global variable. So I'm going to make an R total up front. Well, am I going to use it? No, I don't need a global variable. Okay, now I want you to know that we're not going to worry about this type and discount. That is this next section over here. This bulk discount, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about this question here. Most of the product items purchased are packaged using containers that are packed conveniently with 5 items in them. So we're encouraged to buy product items that are multiples of 5 in order to receive the packaging. So if the quantity can be divided by 5 without a remainder, then a discount must be calculated. We'll find out if the quantity that they ordered is a multiple of 5. So in other words, if it was 50, then we'll have, the right thing. We'll be able to basically package it in multiples of 5. If the quantity can be divided by 5 without a remainder, so we're going to use mod for our remainder. Our remainder colon equals I quantity mod 5. Then we're going to say if R rem equals naught. That means we can put all of them in packages of 5. We're going to make a discount. A discount of 50 cents for every 5 items. 50 cents for every 5 items will be deducted. Okay. So 50 cents for every 5 items. So then we're going to say our new price, let's make a new price, our new price will be equal to I quantity div 5 times 0.5. We're going to add that to whatever the R price is. No, we're going to subtract it, sorry. R price, we're going to subtract it as a discount minus. How many times 5 can go into 50? If there was 50 items, if our quantity was 50 and our quantity div 5 is 10. 10 times 0.5. So that is 5. So our price will be reduced by 5 Rand. Okay, now let's see over here. It says we're going to display stuff. We're not going to worry about this. All we want is the product, the package discount, the discount. Actually, we have to save that discount. So I've got to have a new thing here. Our discount colon equals this. Okay, and we're going to do two things, and I'm not going to use this new price here, no. We'll do two things. So I must do begin and end. I'm going to say R price equals the previous R price minus R disk. That's what we have to do. So I don't know if you can follow that. Remember, we have to have packages of 5, and if we can divide 5 into the quantity without naught, then we're going to do this. Calculate a discount, which will be that times 0.5, and then subtract that R disk from R price to get a new R price. Then we're going to display, like over here, the product item times quantity. So in the rich edit, I think it is, yep, the rich edit, or memo, sorry, it's a memo, mem out dot clear. Let's clear the memo, and then mem out dot lines dot add must be product item, join that to S name, that's the item, and then join that to a multiplication sign, and then int to the quantity, I quantity. So that's that, rich edit dot lines dot add statement done. I mean memo, sorry, it's a memo. A memo works just like a rich edit, just say dot lines dot add, just like you did in the rich edit. Then we're going to do another line, mem out dot lines dot add package discount plus float to string F. Let's make it in money, R disk, comma FF currency, comma 8, comma 2. What if there's no discount? Well, we're going to have to do something there. Hey, I'll show you just now what we'll do if there's no discount. Then we're going to say cost price plus, and then we do float to string F again with all of that. Copy and paste is your friend, R price. So what if there's no discount? In other words, if RM is greater than 0, we better have an else here, else R disk colon equals 0. If we don't have that there, then we're going to have an error, because R disk is here, it's a local variable. We can't have it, it's going to be set to any random number, and it will be random number over there if we don't give it 0, if we're not going to do a calculation with it. There we're actually giving it a value. But if we don't give it a value, it's going to be a random number if we don't go and say, okay, well, let's make it naught if there's no discount. So that will be fine now. Don't forget to float to string F, and put a capital F there if you want to show you that you're formatting your floating point number and converting it to string at the same time. If you have currency, remember the 4 parameters: the real number that you're going to convert to string, what do you want it to look like, how many digits altogether, and 2, rounding it to 2 decimal places. So let's go and put in some data. I forgot about my semicolon. By the way, you don't need semicolon before end, but you mustn't put a semicolon before else. Okay, so let's go get some quotes. 385 and 548. I'm putting in, just doesn't matter. Let's say shoes, and let's say we're going to get 142. Submit. Well, there's no discount because it cannot be rounded into packs of 5. So if we say we want 40, then you'll have a discount. See? So it is actually 50 cents for every number of items that you 50% off any items that you can pack in groups of 5. Okay, so just go and watch the video again if you got lost. See you on the next one.